Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one we are gonna be doing the daily news, as well as event Prizewall and breakdown. Before we get to the event Prizewall and breakdown, though, initial news, well, it's expected, is still sad. Titan Takeover bug update. Listen up, champs. We've caught a bug crawling through Titan Takeover. Submission moves are hitting harder than intended against Titans, but don't worry. That's okay, Scopely. None of us were worried about this. The team's already on it and working to bring balance back to the ring. Once the fix is locked in, it'll hit the ring for everyone. Thanks for hanging tough, champs. So, I mean, it's a bug. It should be fixed. There's no question. Doesn't mean we have to like it. I don't like it. I was having a bunch of fun with the subs. It's fine. They'll just use other strategies, right? But yeah, no one was worried about it. Is not a high priority for any of your players. So yeah, it's a bummer, but it is what it is, and I understand it. If it's a bug, it should be fixed, and it's a bug, so it should be fixed. Like I said, I thought it was a bug, so no surprise there. But use it while you can. Get those tier 4s unlocked, and you know, it'll just be a little bit harder afterwards. So free to play finished first in Showdown, so did Mherex. I'll do a video on Mherex pulls. I'm gonna buy enough coins to bump it up to a mega on Mherex, because I really like Zombie Bliss and I want a chance to get her. But I figured I'd start with that and show you guys my 2 pulls on the free to play. I mean, anything and anything will be awesome here. So let's see what happens. You know, maybe catch lightning in a bottle on the free to play. Who knows? Stars are great. We want to see stars here because I'm probably missing most of it. I do have him though. That's a fuse. Okay, stars again. You know, all right, here we go. And oh, it's new. Yeah, Soul Model Bailey. I'm okay with it. Not really useful, I don't think. I forget what her trainer even does. Let's look. I'm curious. What does Bailey do? I don't even remember. I should remember. Is it a move damage one? Like a finisher trainer? Ah, blue finisher. Okay, I'll find some usage for that. So yeah, I'm okay with that. And the other one is a fuse for Elias. So could have been way better. Could have been way worse. It was free from Showdown. I will take it. Let's claim the free daily bag. There's definitely a bunch of stuff to talk about in offers today, as well as the Bliss event. Stuff you'll want to know for sure. All right, nothing good there. Let's check out Titan. See what we have in here. Eventually I'll get Julius. I kind of want to buy that hype because I'll use him when I get him, so I'm gonna buy it. All right, nothing else useful there. Titans Roman today. Same thing as always. Do your 3, 4, and 5 if it's unlocked. If not, do your 3 and then keep chipping away at 4, so you can hopefully get it down. Okay, so new event, right? The Bliss event is going on. So 24 hours. If you get Bliss, there's a bonus early. It's 2,000 shards. It's 5 tokens. And it's 15,000 Prizewall medallions on the early bonus. There's usually a later tour for her too. Challenge tour here. Faction boss challenge. This one, your CSS are Zombie Bailey, Zombie Chelsea, Abby the Witch, and Zombie Becky. So good variety there, so I don't mind that one. Challenge mode. You're going to have to go up against her at 6-star. It's hopefully not zombies. It is zombies, so hopefully I have a decent zombie for challenge mode. And Raw Brains, is it the Seamus tour? No, it's not. These are your CSS, and they do have to go in the first slot, but if you can survive, you can have your best male in to tag and do some damage there. So decent-ish CSS, to be honest. Just get your live to the tag, and then hopefully your dude can get the win for you on accounts like mine. So that's the tours that are here so far. You got all weekend to do those. I don't think there's anything expiring other than the Seamus tours before the weekend's end that you need to know of there. This is what's important. So those Blitz tickets that we've been seeing in the milestones, if you get to them, they're used for this Blitz, and the rewards are, it says in the news, is 60 shards, and this is 10 hype tickets for Bliss, right? 10 hype points for Bliss for each one you have. I told you on Mherex the FOMO is going to get me and it'd probably be worthless. In this case, it's actually not worthless for him. So he has like 5, I think, of the Blitz tickets now. So that's 300 shards and then 50 hype for Zombie Bliss. So those weren't bad FOMO offers to get, it turns out. But that Blitz is there and you want to be aware of that. If you have the tickets, even if you don't use them, get the hype you can, get the Bliss shards you can, right? Who hits hardest? Speed 2 or men, 24 hours on that. So that's that. Now let's get into the breakdown Scotty provided and then take a look at the prize wall. So tours, actually, let's just go ahead and take these from my Showdown contest earnings. All right. Tours, 7.2 million. Here's your points. So it is tours with Z Penta, Z Braun, Kofi, and then it's faction boss on 14 and 23 with Alexa. That's your CSS points. Tours are 7.2 million. Faction contest is 2.5 million. Midweek showdown 900,000. League placement dependent. You saw I got 270,000. Free portal claims 300,000. Total points 10 million plus your CSS plus showdown. That assumes maxing tours and faction points. Final free milestone is 988. So that's pretty decent-ish, not too bad. As far as the faction one goes, we'll look at that first, and then we'll go back to the milestones in the solo contest. They're doing it a bit differently, to be honest. And I'm going to do kind of like a mini shard breakdown for you guys. Faction one, RNG again, 20 to 50,000 or the plate. The new Eternal Bliss plate, whenever you make 6 or more trap gems, increase your black gem damage by 300% for 1 turn. This will be really good on like Trickster Austin, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Ozzy, right, among others. It's also good on Bliss if you want to use it on her. So hopefully your faction gets there. You guys probably know the drill on this. If your faction gets there. You'll be aware. If they don't, they don't. But the big bonus milestone is the last one, right? The Bliss shards are before the bonus one, but bunch more medallions for the prize wall in this last one. Minimum is 20k or the plate, which is I think 75,000 on the prize wall, so it's very expensive. But yeah, so basically if your faction gets here and you do well from the bag, it's a good event. If not, it's a rough event for boss typically. That's just the way it goes. This is no different. Now I do like this. They loaded all of the Bliss shards in the front of the contest. There are no Bliss shards in the bonus milestones. So the only reason to push bonus milestones in the zombie Penta ones all the way in the last milestone, which basically if you don't have Bliss, good luck. But the zombie Penta ones, or these bonus ones, have the medallions, right? So you're pushing for medallions, not Bliss shards. Where you're pushing for Bliss shards is like strictly on pulls or the Blitz ticket thing, right? Depending on where you're at. So I think for a lot of people, it's not really going to make sense to spend until the very end. And that's if you're close to a prize wall thing after you get the bag, right? Also be aware faction placement has medallions in it too. So like 21 to 50 is 5,000. 4,000, 6,000, 7,000. So you want to keep this in mind when you're spending your prize wall planning out. So there's the potential if you're a top 50 faction that your faction maxes it, minimum you're going to get is 25,000 or the new plate, which neither feels super bad probably, right? So in that sense, it's a good event if you do that stuff. If not quite as much, right? So it's kind of a more straightforward one than usual, I would say, as far as like if you should spend, if you shouldn't. I say hold on unless you like won your showdown and you want to buy 19 more coins to get to a mega pull. That absolutely makes sense, right? Strictly because the guaranteed Bliss shards in the mega. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely buy the ones to get the mega pull on Mherex. The free to play isn't, obviously, right? So okay. So I think that's kind of it for that breakdown. As far as prize wall coins, Scotty's got it here. 1,000 free based on previous months. They tend to be in tours and stuff. Free solo 4,400. Bonus solo 0. They start at 10.5 million, right? And that's where again you're like, is it gonna be worth it? So like, If you get to like 10 million and your showdown ranking and stuff pushes you past it, that's great, right? Then you start getting like 2K, and then like, 4K. So with your showdown ranking and pulls, you could easily end up in this range. And then you've gotten like an extra 11K plus your faction stuff that puts you at like 36-ish K, give or take, right? So yeah, 3,000 in milestones, up to 10 million in faction leaderboard. RNG bag 20 to 50 are the new plate, so total free-ish 8.4 thousand plus your faction leaderboard, which for a lot of people is 5,000 plus RNG bag if your faction maxes, so 13 and a half, like potentially minimum 33,500 if your faction matches and if you get to the gold chest, right? Approximately 33.5 on the low end or the plate. So yeah, that'll kind of determine if you want to push to the bonus milestones, but I would wait till everything is in to decide that. Let's take a look at the prize wall, do that breakdown real quick. There's some stuff that jumps out to me. Oh, also, 24 hours to spend these. I got one. It's not great. So I'm just going to take the zombie Chelsea for the shards, because I'll end up evolving her for the trainer eventually. And I already have her at 6-star bronze. I prefer that over 3,000 TP, to be honest, because I'm shard starved everywhere. So we're going to take that. Hey, buddy. Hi, Momo. Are you saying hi while we're recording? Hi, go boy. He's literally right in front of me, making bread on me. Well, his face is right in front of my face. I'll go boy. Yeah. You're a good Momo. Hi. Yeah. Okay. So that's that. Let's go to the prize wall. So initial thoughts are the plate's ridiculously expensive for a 300% plate. That's just my initial. I'm not targeting this one on Mherex, to be honest. I just feel like that is almost that the cost is so high. I can get more bang for my buck elsewhere. Rainbow Flurry is decent price. Ring of Royalty is super useful to recycle in the new Titan mode. As well as potentially useful in stip tours. And then you have the Rainbow McFlurry plate, so that's really good. Ministry plate's really good. I probably, depending on your roster though, Rainbow Flurry is like pretty dang good. Then you have all the specific colors of the Flurry plates, well, maybe not all of them, actually. That's not true. You have two. You have black and green and then yellow Crossfire. This should be on your radar for Bex if you have Bex. Interesting red transfusion in the middle here. Blasting Off Again, I'm not huge on personally. Red Botchman, not huge on. Red Barber's Blades, also not huge on. Down a Rabbit Hole's okay. If you don't have like a Yeet, you can use this on Macho, Randy Savage, and it works pretty well. Works actually decent with Pig Boy. It's not as good as a Yeet Drip, but it is usable. And then some of these Gem Chucker ones, they can come in handy. Shard-wise, some very expensive ones, right? If we're talking like a lot of people in that 33.5 range, you're getting one of these plates, right? Potentially. Maybe this for Bex if you get a little bit more RNG. So it's hard to get to these milestones unless you get really lucky from the bag, or you did well in Showdown, or you spend. But there's some okay-ish mid-range stuff. Like this might be one where you're tempted to take shards if the price is reasonable. The Gunther shards are really, really reasonable, actually. Full 6-star bronze for Sammy, maybe nice for some people, to fill out like newer players potentially. Some Mercy shards here and some HBK shards. To be honest, guys, while the currency is pretty good, I feel like the prize wall is kind of meh. I feel like the medium plates, like if you get to the flurry plates, okay, that might be okay. Or this one for Bex, but I feel like a lot of people are going to come up just short, and the rest of them are just kind of meh. And the shard selection is just so tiny. Yeah. I don't like this prize wall. I mean, the Gunther shards, that's pretty much, that's what I would say most people, if you were playing when Gunther came out and you've slowly been chipping away, That's probably where most people are at, unless you're a spender, in which case you're probably identifying one of these 3 plates. This seems really expensive though to me. I don't love it. I just don't love it. These are really, really expensive on Faction Boss Weekend. This feels like a miss to me. So maybe it's one. The straps are so expensive. What is this one? Just random. Horrible value. Yeah. I mean, the free to play, I have no HBK, zombie HBK shards, but I guess you start somewhere maybe, but I feel like I'd get him for free before like before I'd ever shard recruit him on my free to play because I wasn't playing when he came out. I need all of the shards. So I kind of feel like that's a waste. Sammy at 6-star bronze might help me a little bit to unlock a moment, so I probably would grab that. Plus, I'm a Sammy mark. And I mean, if I get to 18, I'm definitely taking a flaming glove on the free to play. That's a good one. Multiplies in blues, even if it's 50%, it's something. I would take the flaming glove, I think, over the red transfusion, probably, on free to play. I already have the yellow crossfire. And I don't think I'll get to here, but if I did get to here, I'd take one of these. I'd have to think of which one, I'm not sure. Right? And Mherex, have 1 Ring of Royalty. I think I have 2 Rainbow, and I have 2 Ministry. I probably would go for a second one of these, or a third one of these, I mean, for 500%. I'm not really interested in this. This is well out of where I could potentially get. Maybe I'll get lucky and pull Bliss in my pulls, but yeah, I feel like in general, this is just a really rough prize wall. I feel like the pricing is just not super great outside of this. These aren't crazy useful most of the time. And this is an okay plate, I guess. I mean, I still use it a lot on my Mherex account. So Indie, for example, right? Um, just as one. Yeah, I don't think it's a great prize wall unless you get to this range. Then it's fine, but you know, you're gonna need some luck. So let me know what you guys think. I don't really know what else to say about that. It is what it is. Now, if you're going for Bliss, the news tab, assuming it's accurate now, because I didn't tally all of them up. Guaranteed 400 plus shards in each 40 pull. That's probably right. We'll check that out. So there's 1,000 in the solo contest, and they're all at the gold chest. So there's 1,000. There's 550 in the faction contest. So if your faction gets those, the gold chest, that's 1,550. Faction boss shop, you have to refresh to buy them. Spend cash. There's 120. Tours have 210. Blitz is 60 per run, right? So if you're getting like 1,550, and then you do the faction shop, let me pull this up. I'll calculate up. So 1,550, and then you do the 120 from the faction shop. That's 1,670, and then 210 from tours. You're at 1,880. Now your blitz per run, you can have up to 5 if you purchased all of the offers, including the one today, which we'll look at in a minute. That's 300 more. Now you're up to 2,180. So you need 820 more shards to recruit her. And if your minimum on a 40 pull is 400, you're probably going to get that 20. So max $200 to recruit Alexa. Less, you know, if you did Showdown and did well in it, right? Because you're going to get shards if you go up to a mega. So there's that, right? So just want to point that out. For people chasing, you should not, if you do everything properly, the most you should have to spend is 200. But don't hold me to that, because that's also going off of Scopely's. Here's the bug spray. This is worth 60 shards and 4 pulls, 60 shards and 10 hype for Bliss. I got that on Mherex, like I got the other ones earlier. I think it's worth it. This is a great offer, I think. Twisted Bliss, 6-star gold, 8,000 shards, 7 Loot pulls, I love that offer. Faction boss special, an extra pull in econ. Bliss offers way better, especially if you don't have her. Free claim for Zombie Asuka today, so go ahead and grab that up. She's terrible, but free is free. Liv, not a terrible offer with 2 pulls, right? Especially if you don't have her. That's one of the CSS, $7. She's not great anymore. I hate that they're selling hype for Bliss straight up. This bothers me a lot, so hate these offers big time. Don't like this offer really. It's more econ. It does give some faction points, so there is that. So if you want to help your faction and you need an excuse to spend more money, this is how you can do it and tell yourself you did it for the faction. Token bundle I don't like. I don't like this one. On the portal there's the special one. You know what I mean. It's zombie month, so I've been getting these. Probably regret it on Mherex, but I usually don't. But because it's zombie month, I am. Backstage pass I guess has 100,000 points in it, I think. Don't quote me for sure on that. As far as the portal goes, I don't see the winning showdown offer yet. Sometimes it takes a while to populate where they do that like 20 pulls for $20 thing. But I don't see it yet unless I'm not looking in the right spot. So it looks like they yoinked that this time, which is unfortunate. Because usually people had the option to buy it as far as I know. So I don't see that anywhere. The best deal is always the flagship one, 94 pulls, $200, 400,000 solo points, 10,000 medallions. You're going to get basically, that's going to recruit you Bliss, right? You don't need to spend more than that. So that's kind of interesting that they're doing it that way. And then there's a 99 offer with 47 pulls. Honestly, if you won your showdown, that gets you almost most of the way to the 2 megas. So for some people, like probably, so what's that? That's like 47 and 21. That's 68. The other offer for $10 in the Blitz has 4 pulls. You're at 72. And then there's yeah, so 130 bucks minus what you spent to win your showdown bracket. If it's 0, it's 0. 130 bucks should get you Bliss if you won your showdown bracket. Just FYI. Cheaper than normal, so I guess that's good. Yeah, so there's that. And then let's look at the actual loot now, guys. You can see I did buy one of these is the club claim store, and the other one, oh, I'm wrong account. That is the wrong account. I was gonna say this account doesn't buy anything. I'm like, how do I have 5 pulls on this account? I spent my 2 right at the start of this. Okay. So Bliss 4 featured, guaranteed 400 is the lowest 100. It is. So worst you can do is 100 or 400 on a mega pull. So yeah, pretty much 130 unless you have the absolute worst craptastic luck. Then you might be just a little bit short, right? So obviously mega is the way to go if you're going for Bliss, and that just seems like the way to go. But if you are going to do a 7 pull, you get a guaranteed mega rare. Otherwise, featured Bliss is 100% or 1%, so you got to do 100 pulls to hit one. Not great. Mega rare is 18%. Rares and commons are less, so mega rare is okay. There's some decent stuff in there and a bunch of garbage. It's not okay. I lied. This is horrible. It's super diluted. Yeah, terrible. Absolutely. And rare, yeah, a little bit of bait and then a whole bunch of not. And common, yeah, you're basically in this for the Bliss shards, right? So my advice would be this event. The Prizewall is pretty rough, right? There's still 2 more weeks of zombies. So you either spend to get Bliss or you save, right? That's my advice. If you want Bliss, you go in, you get her, you get the bonus points. You're going to get a big plate as well. If you won your showdown, it's like 130 bucks, 200 bucks. If not, if that's out of your budget, just keep saving. 20 bucks isn't really going to get you anywhere on this one, in my opinion, right? So that would be my advice to you guys. Either go for Bliss or don't, or save and hold. Because you're going to most likely come away with nothing to show for it. So that's what I got for you guys. That's the breakdown. Let me know what you think in the comments, and remember to like, subscribe, and share, because that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and good luck out there. Really hope this helps, and don't forget, subs aren't going to last long, so there is that. Have a good weekend.